If you're looking to drive for Uber Eats in 2026, this is going to be your complete guide walkthrough of the driver app. And actually what really matters, the company's not going to tell you this. I will. My name is Mike. I've done thousands and thousands of trips, rides, deliveries, drop-offs, shops, you name it, in the gig economy for the last 10 years. So let's go into the Uber driver app here, and I'm going to show you the new main screen here for 2026. So firstly, it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on. This is actually kind of the more minimal version of their driver app. The main thing you need to know, this main square is your home screen, like your marketplace. So if I tap on that, it opens up more of the traditional view they used to have here. So again, we see a bunch of things here. That like flashing go button, that is your go online button. Now, if I tap it, sometimes, exactly, it asks you to take a picture to confirm. So I say yes. Take my picture, and then it'll let you go online, just a selfie ID check to make sure you're the correct driver attached to that account. So now I am online. And I should actually get an offer here in a second. I'll show you what the offers look like. Pittsburgh's pretty busy, so I'm betting I get one in, yep, there we go. So here's an offer. We see the pay amounts, the expected mileage, the expected time, the merchant or restaurant pickup, the like cross-section, intersection of where it's delivering, and I have the new tip guarantee as well. So I'm guaranteed this pay, including the tip, even if the tip is changed. Now you see the timer running down. If I click that X or if I let it go down, it's just declined the offer. Let me actually go offline so I don't keep getting trips here. As you saw, it was just that bottom right 3-line menu. We tap on that, then it said go offline. Now you can also see these colored like little icons here. Yellow, orange, and red. So these are heat maps, areas that are predictably like based on Uber Eats data that get offers, they're busy. I don't really love these. I don't particularly use these. So you can use that as a framework, basically, if you don't really know much about your city. But you should know like your city to a certain degree, obviously, depending on how long you've been there. You should know where the merchants or the restaurants are. I say merchants because you can also do shops on Uber Eats. So when I drive, and by the way, if I zoom out here, there's no border. Like here in Pennsylvania, if there's service, I can drive. I can drive all the way up here in Cranberry Township. I can drive all the way south down here in California, even Uniontown. Doesn't matter. There's no specific, sub marketplace or smaller area. Anyway, I'll just like know my market. I'll know where it's typically busiest, and you'll know this in time as well. Like, where do you think customers are ordering from? Now, I wouldn't drive around, looking for offers and just, keep on driving. You don't need to do that. So find what I call a power strip, areas that are dense with restaurants, merchants. You can drive there a little bit. Like you can drive 1 to 5 minutes away if you want. If you think it's strategic, you can drive even further, but just park there and then wait for assignments. Now for earnings, I can tap up here and it'll say either last trip, if I'd prefer to see that, or I can swipe and I can see today's earnings. If I don't want to see anything with earnings, I can tap that little, privacy mode, that eye icon up there. But typically, since I'm doing food delivery, it's just me in the car. I don't mind. I'll just put it on like today, basically. Now, what if I want to change the types of assignments that I'm getting? Like maybe I don't want to do shops where you go into a merchant, you shop for a list of items, whatever it's going to be, 5, 12 items, maybe even more if it's grocery. I communicate any substitutions. I can also use pre-approved substitutions. I check out, bags of stuff and then do the delivery. I can tap here on the bottom left, this little filter icon, for lack of a better word, that's what it is. So we get into preferences here. Here I can change the type of offers that I want. So here I currently have selected deliveries because I just want to do deliveries. Now I've done UberX as well in the past. That is rideshare, or they call it mobility. So if you want to do both, then it depends on how new your vehicle is. I believe it's 10 years or newer to qualify for UberX. And then you need at least, I think, a year of US driving experience as well. So it's a little bit different. But if you qualify, you can do both. You can transport pets if you'd like. You can set a filter here for a minimum rider rating. That's relatively new. If I want to accept, let's say, 4.6 rated out of 5 riders or higher, I can set that there if I'm doing mobility, obviously. And then here's the shop and deliver orders. Shop at stores and then pay and deliver. You used a pre-authorized Uber Plus card. So Uber pre-approves funds, they put funds on it based on the expected shop amounts, and you'll pay with that. Not your actual pay out of pocket, don't worry. But if I want to turn that on, I tap it on. And there's good flexibility because I can turn it off at any time. And there's a few other features, but again, I just kind of want to go over the main things with you. So let's go on this top left home icon that brings us back home here. Now we see a portion of that like go online map, if you will. Let's scroll down though. Now here it's like a feed, basically, like other apps. Think about that. Like it's like a feed here. So I scroll down, I see discover opportunities. I scroll down even further, I see one specific promotion or opportunity here highlighted here. I can keep scrolling, I see more. And they might show me other things like flight times if you are doing rideshare, let's say, etc. I don't really scroll down like this, but what you can do if you want to look at promotional pay, which could be good because you're getting your standard pay, base pay, tips, and then promotions. Right down here in this is brand new for 2026, this Discover tab. Now it said when I first opened it, discover opportunities, find promotions, events, and more in this tab. It used to be called opportunities. It's just basically renamed, that's all. So if I tap on that, we see exactly that. Now, again, a little bit going on here, but let's start at the top. I can see any new promotions, saved promotions. I can filter by promotions entirely. I only want to see promotions. I don't want to see events. I could tap on promotions. I can search by day. We see a few highlighted promos right here. And then the promos, as I scroll down, broken down by day. Now, what I see, if you look at these days here, some of these promos, yes, there's certain times, 3 p.m. until 12 a.m., earn an extra $11 per active hour. Active is when you accepted the assignment, either ride or delivery. So as soon as I accept, tap on that button that I showed you on the offer screen, as soon as I tap on that, to the moment the assignment is done, I end the ride or I complete the delivery, I'm getting paid, guaranteed in this case, $11 per active hour. But look here, how it says rides only. So notice that even though I don't have rides turned on, it's showing me promos just for rideshare. So for me, those aren't really going to be applicable. But if I go up here back to the top, here are some different promos for delivery. So let's tap on this first one here. $2 extra by completing 2 deliveries. If I tap on it, so it starts today, Tuesday the 21st, from 5 p.m. until 8:59 p.m. Now, if I get 2 trips, there you go. It's locked right now, but I'll unlock it if I accept 1 delivery, let's say, and I'll start to get progress on it. 2 deliveries, I get an extra $2. Now, if I hit that, it unlocks the next ladder or leg of this promo, this quest promo it's called. Another 2 trips, this time I'll get an extra $4. If I do those, so on and so on, and you can see the incentives actually get higher and higher. I don't want you to rush, to get these. I actually got this laddered quest on my recent shift here, but just keep in mind, this is for basically 4 hours. In 4 hours, you can do what? 2 to 3 deliveries per hour. It depends. If it's on a stack, I believe they count both assignments on the stack as individual deliveries. A stack or a batched offer is just 2 or more assignments at one time. So just keep in mind, it's what? 2, 4, 6, 8. So 8 total deliveries in 4 hours. That is doable, but just keep in mind, it's also gonna basically require you to just drive on Uber Eats because you can't be spending time on another gig app. It's going to be up to you to determine if that is the most profitable situation for you. So that's a quest. Now they also have, I have another screenshot here. I'm going to look at this one. A new quest, which is a batched bonus, which in this case it says do 10 deliveries, and then we'll give you actually, what is the amount here? $15 extra. So $1.50 extra per delivery. And sometimes you might be offered one type, like the ladder step change type quest, or you might be offered this, the batched bonus version of the quests. But I can only have fewer than 20 rejects. So basically I can only decline or ignore, like I showed you prior, 19 out of the total 30 assignments that I've gotten. Put differently, here's another quest that I had on a recent shift here. And this is one of those batched bonuses with rejects, they call it, like a quest with rejects. You can think about a reject as just, again, a decline. So on this shift, I accepted 3 out of 20 trips needed. If I accepted 20, I would get an extra $35. But we can see the offers that were coming in on this night, I declined 37. So I was not pacing to hit this quest. I only accepted 3 and I declined 37, but the goal was to complete 20 while staying under 40. So I was only able to decline 39 here. This time though, let's click on menu right here. And there's a few things. There's a Discover tab again. We can find it here. There is account settings and details. I'll leave another video linked down below for like settings and stuff. We won't really go over that in this video. But even this rewards program here for Uber Eats Pro. Yours might say Uber Pro based on if you do rideshare and or delivery or just delivery. So this is new for 2026 as well. Well, at least the screen layout here. So I need to hit certain acceptance rates to get the higher tier. The higher tier I get benefits most primarily, priority to higher paying offers called preferred deliveries. Same kind of thing like I mentioned with the quests with declines. They both stem around acceptance rates, the percent of times you accept a potential offer. And you can see my acceptance rate is at 7%. It's a very real acceptance rate. And if I tap on it, 7% acceptance rate, I was sent 100 exclusive trip requests. Exclusive just means it's only sent to me. Uber Eats also has a thing called Trip Radar where they send it to multiple couriers at the same time. This is just measuring the ones that were exclusively sent to me. So out of the 100, the rolling 100, that's how they calculate this. I accepted 7 and I declined 93. That is a strategy called cherry picking. I mean, it's, what else can we call that? Choosing the highest margin offers, basically. I always want to pick the highest margined offers. So I want as much pay per mile as possible because I'm using my vehicle and it costs money to operate the vehicle. So I want a profit margin. I want to make the most money per mile. I aim, for you for $1.75, ideally $2 to $3 plus per mile. And then for time, we call it the dollars to time ratio, and then the dollars to mile ratio. But for time, same thing. You're going to be out there. You could be driving on another app. You could be doing completely something. You could be doing a lot of things other than driving for Uber Eats. So I want to make it, worth your time. Aim for $20 to $25 per hour. And again, I always measure by total online time. I was online at 9 a.m. and I went offline at 12 p.m. During that time, I want to be making $20 to $25 an hour. So same thing here. It's going to be up to you to determine if it's worth it to hit either of these metrics. My kind of benchmark is it making you more money? Is it making you more money to go for the rewards program, to go for a quest with rejects, like I showed you, than cherry picking? Than just, picking the best offers for you. And eventually you'll multi-app, driving on different apps at the same time, and then hand selecting the best offers, cherry picking. But right now we'll focus on Uber Eats. All right, let's go into earnings here, front and center. Right down here, we can tap on the screen. Now also, just so you know, if we go back to the home screen, if we go to the that online thing, you can also get earnings right here as well. So if I go to like today, let's say, I can tap on that. It brings me to the earnings tab. Well, part of the earnings, I should say as well. But from the home screen, We'll go back right here in the middle to earnings. It is currently a Tuesday at the time of filming this. I haven't driven for Uber Eats yet. So what we can do is look at another week. And let's tap right here on See Details. That's going to give you a breakdown of your week's earnings. Again, nothing this week. So let's tap on this drop down arrow. And here's all your weeks right here. Now you can see breakdowns for each week. I can tap on last week. And here's a breakdown. $104.30 last week. My online time, that's 4 hours and 9 minutes. 10 trips, and we can scroll down here. Here's a complete breakdown of the base pay fare, $35.61. Any promotions, I did hit some of those step change ladder quests last week, $17.50. And then customer tips, very nice at $51.19. Now keep in mind, you want to track your miles when you're actually doing these gig apps. When it comes to tax filing, you get a 1099 that reports your income if it's over $600 generally. So then, like I said, it costs money to operate the vehicle for business. The IRS here in the US gives you an optional standard mileage deduction. So you take your documented miles times that per mileage rates. Here in 2026, it's 72.5 cents. And then that is my expenditures or deduction that'll offset the taxable income that I have. I recommend using our ShiftMate app for iOS. If you're on Android, you can sign up for our newsletter. We'll let you know when that expands. But there's free mileage tracking. You also get a free mileage report. So you can use that to not only measure your business miles, but then also look at your earnings. If you're a premium user, you get detailed insights. It breaks down exactly what's working. Maybe my tip frequency is too low. Maybe my per mileage rate is too low, but my hourly rates is fine. What does that mean? And again, these apps aren't really going to tell you that. What if I need to discover other gig apps in general? I don't want to spend hours online. You can use our Compare Apps feature. So check it out. You can try premium for free for a month at shiftmateapp.com. Back to the earnings tab though, we can tap on wallets here. And if you want to see what's actually deposited to your bank accounts, just double check if you like, you can tap on that. You can go into payment activity if you want to see further breakdown here. We have the inbox right here next to the earnings tab. Now, they will give you updates, different things about the apps. We can see right here, actually, here's the announcement, renaming opportunities to the Discover tab. I use this kind of for the thanks for the tip thing. So they'll also let you know in the inbox when a customer tips, like right here. So here's the trip details. And it's good to see like, oh, did they tip more? How long did that offer really take? Stuff like that. But there's a little thanks for the tip here, and we can see thanks sent to the customer. I like to do that. And keep in mind on Uber Eats, this is kind of unique to them, that tips process for about an hour after the delivery is complete. So that lets the customer change the tip, add the tip. Yes, sometimes reduce the tip. If you have that tip guarantee thing on the offer card, you'll be fine there. But that's why when you complete an offer initially, it might say like $6. Well, hey, this offer said $12. Check back in an hour. You'll get a notification like this that says, hey, you received a $6 tip. And it'll tell you the complete pay here, like I showed you, and it'll show the complete $12. Now, of course, that's not the entirety of the Uber driver app. I just wanted to show you kind of the most important day-to-day things. But I would watch this video next about settings, and then I'm going to leave another one linked down below that talks about updates to their support system as well, because that is definitely something you're going to want to be familiar with.